What's going down? Hey, we here, you know what I'm saying? We're in the place, you know what I'm saying? It's 9/11, getting ready for the game, you know what I'm saying? We here, hood money, all day, every day. Yeah, at you is Benny Boone, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get y'all ready for week two, week one. Went pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? We had some winners, we missed a couple of parlays by one, you know what I'm saying? The Patriots messed up a parlay for us, that second one, and the historic collapse by the Ravens messed up our other parlay. But we still in it. We got to win. My man from the streets got us in there. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Caught all them over unders. So we got to win for last week. We try and get like a few wins for this week. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta keep them wins rolling. You know what I'm saying? Keep them wins rolling. So, without further ado, here we go. 9/11. You know what I'm saying? Historic day. You know what I'm saying? It's game day. You know what I'm saying? It's game day in the city. You know what I'm saying? We're getting ready. I'm gonna get you ready with these picks right here. Go ahead. Breathe that thing in. Breathe it all in. You know, take time to inhale that. You know what I'm saying? Zoom it in. Zoom it up. What you need to do. Bang bang. You know what I'm saying? Week one. Week one was an interesting week. Week one found the Chiefs in the basement. Found a couple of teams couldn't quite put it together. Found a couple of teams that made some surprise interests in the week one. So we're gonna get into it all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into everything. We're gonna start with you know the first matchup of week two. We got the Commanders going to Green Bay to play the Packers. You know what I'm saying? Commanders and Packers. This is going to be an interesting matchup. You know what I'm saying? Both teams came off strong week ones. Uh, Washington took care of business against the Giants, didn't allow them to get much of anything going. And of course, their opponents, the Packers, won at home. They'll be playing again at home. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a lot of crowd noise, a lot of cheering. I'm just gonna say, you know what I'm saying? That they go ahead, Packers. I'm a root for the Skins. That's my team. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say the Packers go ahead and get that win in. It should be a close game. Should be a high scoring game. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Packers do their thing. They got Parsons another week. Maybe he'll play more this week. We still got a sack last week in limited time. They still have those offensive weapons. Rashawn Gary on the other side is they're gonna be tough to block. They're gonna definitely be tough to block. So I'm gonna take the Packers. I'm gonna take the Packers to go ahead and win that first game. Next game, Jaguars, the Bengals. The Bengals got that red week one win. The Jaguars also got a win playing the hapless Panthers. So it should be a good game. Not as good as most might think. I'm going to lean. I'm going to say the Bengals go two for two in this early season, and buck the trend out there. The Jaguars played the Panthers. Panthers on a good team. They're most like a JV team to me, like JV team them and the Saints for this year. So it wasn't as impressive as it seemed. The Bengals pulled out a close game against the Browns. They should be better in this second week, and they're going to be at home. So I definitely think the crowd will help them and extend that score maybe more. They'll win by more than a point this week. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna be going with. I'm gonna take the Bengals. Take the Bengals to win that matchup. So leads us right in to the NFC East matchup. Giants Cowboys. Giants Cowboys. You know, Giants took that loss last week. Didn't put up any touchdowns. Cowboys won the lost the inaugural game versus the Eagles. So somebody's gonna get their first win. Somebody's gonna get their first win in this matchup. And I think it's gonna be the Cowboys at home. I like the Cowboys at home. Like the George Pickens and the new running back they got out there they were doing some things out there. They made the Eagles a little nervous early. Um, the D came together with the loss of Parsons. They did pretty decent. Giants just couldn't get it rolling against the Commanders. I don't know what Russell Wilson was doing, but he's going to need to do something different. Or Jackson Dart will be put in the game, and hopefully they can start winning again. But for right now, the winning looks like it's far away, and I don't see it happening this week. This is why I'm going to take the Cowboys to get it done. You know what I'm saying? At home. Our next matchup, NFC North Division matchup. the Bears and the Lions. And I'm just gonna say, they're saying the Lions played a tough game. They lost to the Packers. They, had different offensive and defensive coordinators. They got a lot of moving pieces out there. The Bears lost Monday night. They look like they controlled the game for the most part until winning time, the fourth quarter, and then they just couldn't finish it. They couldn't get it done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say between these two teams that need one win, I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it to the Lions. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it to the Lions. Say the Lions gonna win at home. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna pull it together. They still have the same pieces out there as last year when they had all those wins. Hayden Hutchinson is back, and I look for them to get back to their winning ways. The Bears, even though they have their new coordinator, um, and he did come from Detroit. Still have a long ways to go there. Still have to put the players in the position to get those W's. But they did look a little bit better than last year. But I'm still gonna take the Lions. I'm gonna take the Lions to get that done, which leads us to the Rams Titans matchup. Rams 1-0, Titans 0-1. Titans played tough last week against Denver. Looked like they might pull off the upset of the week, but it didn't happen. They'll be playing the Rams team that did win last week by shutting their opponent out in the second half, the Texans. Matthew Stafford's back held up pretty good. Devontae Adams in the core, and Kyron Williams look like a uh, good offensive trio for them. And I'm taking the Rams. I think the Rams are gonna go on the road. I think that the Broncos may have came out a little flat, and the Titans kind of caught them off guard. I don't think it's going to happen with the Rams. The Rams are going to need to accumulate as many wins as possible, and what's probably going to be a tight NFC West. And of course, the Titans are rebuilding, so we'll see what they do. Cam Ward looked like has some good ball skills out there, but of course he needs a couple more NFL games under his belt before we can really see what he's about. All right. Our next matchup, the Patriots going on the road to play the Dolphins. Dolphins got shellacked last week, 33-8. It was the surprise of the week. Loss of Daniel Jones and the Colts made the Colts look like world beaters out there. Tua didn't do much. Tyreek didn't do much. They got a lot of personal off-field issues to work out over there in Miami, and they are favored in this game, which the Patriots played a pretty strong game. Drake May looked pretty good. They went back and forth with the Raiders. In the end, the Raiders just took it in the fourth quarter. They had a better quarterback play down the stretch, but the Patriots did put up a good game, which is why I think the Patriots will upset the Dolphins. They will go into sunny Miami and pick off the Dolphins. The Dolphins just look like they weren't ready to start the season. Look like whatever issues they had won't be fixed in a week. And the Patriots did look like a better team than they were last year. Yeah, that was the first time they was favored last week in a while. And once again, underdogs, but I'm going to take that underdog. I'm going to take that underdog this week. You know what I'm saying? Patriots on the money line. All right, our next matchup, we got the Niners. We got the Saints. We got the Walking Wounded versus the JV Pro team. You know what I'm saying? The Niners sustained a lot of injuries already. Mac Jones is looking to be the starter because Purdy's out. Kittle's out. Ayuk's out. Several various other players are out or injured. You know what I'm saying? But still, like I said, the Saints, besides Bryce Young, besides the Panthers, they got the worst quarterback and going in Spencer Rattler. I believe Mac Jones is a better quarterback than Spencer Rattler, and I believe the Niners have enough. If you're a Saints fan, I take the Saints in the points, but for the win, I'm gonna take the Niners. I'm gonna take a crucial turnover, a crucial defensive stop. In a low scoring game, I like the Niners to get that win. All right, our next matchup, AFC East matchup, Bills and Jets. Bills, Josh Allen, Mr. Do It All, led his team back to 16 points in the last 5 minutes against the Ravens, which seemed impossible. It was 270 something teams that was in the same scenario as the Ravens and won. And the Ravens are the only team that lost in the scenario they were in. They'll be playing the Jets. The Jets last week, I said it's going to be a back and forth game, and it was a back and forth game. That's why I stayed away from it. But Jets look pretty decent. They dominated most of the game. They had to lead most of the game, but once again, winning time, they couldn't get it done, and that's what counts, winning time. So you know what I'm saying. This week, Fields look good. The offense looked good. The defense didn't look that good, which is why I'm taking the Bills because the Bills offense looked better than advertised. Keon Coleman looked good in his second year out of Florida State. Uh, James Cook continued to do what he do, and of course you got Allen out there that does it all. So I'm going to take the Bills to go ahead and beat the Jets in that matchup. All right, our next matchup is Steelers Seahawks. Steelers Seahawks 0-1 versus 1-0. Team that I was just previously talking about, the Jets played. It was the Steelers. Steelers pulled it out. Aaron Rodgers looked a lot better than he did in the past couple of years. Uh, threw for 4 touchdowns out there and really put up some points. They put up a lot of points. They put up the second most points in that week one behind the Jets and the Bills. I mean the Jets, the Bills and the Bills and the Ravens. The Seahawks, they did pretty good. Got a new quarterback. Got some new parts. They put up a fight, but in the end, they just were outmatched out there and took their first loss. But like I said, they got Sam Darnold as the quarterback. They don't really know what they had. They got a decent running game. Decent defense. It should be make for an interesting game. But I like the Steelers. I like the Steelers to go at home. They allowed a lot of points last week. I don't think they're gonna allow that many points, but I think they will put up some points. I like what they're doing early on in the season, and I'm gonna stick with the Steelers to get that win. All right, our next matchup, AFC North matchup, will be the Ravens versus the Browns. The Ravens lost that crucial game against the Bills, cost us that W last week. The Browns took a close loss against the Bengals. The game was could have been won if their field goal kicker didn't miss a couple of crucial field kicks, extra point and a field goal. I don't think it's going to be interesting. Like I said, with the line being like 11 and a half, I only take lines 8.5 or less on the money line. So I mean, you could either take the Ravens in the points, or you could do what I'm going to do, which is to take the Browns in the points because they still have Joe Flacco. They kept it extremely tight against another NFC North opponent that is pretty good, Cincinnati. And these divisional matchups tend since they know each other, they tend to play closer than the line would indicate. So for that one, I definitely take the Ravens to win this game, but for the gambling purposes, I take the Browns and the points. All right, our next matchup would be the Broncos and the Colts. Broncos pulled out a big win last week, coming back against the Titans. Colts, like I said, had probably the biggest win with Daniel Jones as their new quarterback, leading them to victory in the game that really wasn't close. This should be a different week right here. Broncos come in with that tough D that they got. This Bo Nix second year, hoping to get itself back in order, hoping to get the offense rolling better than it was last week. I think they do it. I think they go into the confines of Indy in the dome and they take out the Colts. Like I said, Miami had some things to figure out, so that win is. So I think it's more of a anomaly than what it's going to be the norm. I think if Daniel Jones comes back to earth this week, and I got the Broncos. I got the Broncos getting it. All right. Our next matchup. Our next matchup is you already know who I'm taking is the Panthers and the Colts. Panthers on the road. You already know what I'm doing with this matchup. They didn't look good last week on the road. I don't expect them to look good this week on the road. On same old Panthers. For me, the Cardinals have been looking good. Hopefully Harrison, McBride, Kyler Murray and them, Connor and them continue doing their thing. Usually early season it's a good bet for the Cardinals early in the year. So when Kyler Murray really gets a rolling, it's before all the injuries really set in, and they could possibly look like a decent team. So it's for that reason I'm definitely taking the Cardinals to get it done at home. I'm taking the Cardinals to win it week 2 and go 2-0 and make that West extremely tight in that division. All right, here you go. The big matchup of the week. We got Eagles, we got Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Usually I take the team that lost the big game the last year. But in this matchup, I'm not going to do that because the Chiefs have already sustained some early injuries. Both of their top 2 receivers are gone, one from suspension, one from injury. Kelsey's a year older. The running game looks average at best, and Mahomes, even though he had a chance to win that game, he couldn't pull it out. The Magic is not there quite right now. They're in the cellar of their division, only team without a win, and I look for that to continue for another week. The Eagles look good against Cowboys. Everything looked pretty decent. Only issue was the guy spitting on Dak Prescott early in the game. He'll be back for this game. He served that 1 game suspension. Hopefully that didn't happen again. It's very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? We all athletes out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to get paid out there. No need for that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take the Eagles. I'm gonna say the Eagles going to KC and show them why they Super Bowl champs from last year. They gonna take care of the Chiefs and at some point maybe the Chiefs will come back and take care of them. You never know. That's why they play the game. You know what I'm saying? So our next matchup features the Falcons going on the road playing the Vikings. Stand up draft class quarterbacks 24-25. Very good quarterbacks came out of that draft class. We've seen McCarthy for the first time on Monday night last week. He led his team to a victory against the Bears, scoring 21 points in the fourth quarter to eventually take that game and put the Bears out of their misery in week one. They'll be playing the Falcons. Falcons took a tough loss in week one. Um, they still had that good running game. They still had those good young receivers, and then they got Penix back there. So they hoping anything's possible this year. Against the Vikings though, I'm gonna take the Vikings at home. I'm gonna take the Vikings. I'm gonna see JJ McCarthy keep that rolling. I'm looking for a close game, back and forth game. So I'd probably take. Uh, I might could even consider taking the Falcons in them points. But for the W, I'm definitely going to take J.J. McCarthy and Aaron Jones and Justin Jefferson and the rest of them to keep it rolling. All right, next matchup is that's the Sunday night matchup. Two Monday night games this week. We got two Monday night games this week. We're gonna start with the first one: Buccaneers Texans. Buccaneers 1-0. Texans 0-1. Buccaneers had a big win coming back against Atlanta last week. They lost twice to them last year, so it was good for them to get off to that start in that division, even though they did win the division last year. Texans. Texans look like they could beat the Rams. They had the early lead, and then in the second quarter they just disappeared. I mean, no points in the second quarter. Ended up losing a close, low scoring game, and Stroud didn't look that impressive. The D looked pretty nice, but Stroud just didn't get him down the field. They'll be at home this week. I don't know. I was pretty high on Stroud last couple of years. Definitely as a rookie in the second year, but it seems like he's not really improving at the rate that they would have hoped he would improve at. Mayfield is still a stud out there since he came to Tampa Bay, finding who he needs to find. Last week, 2 touchdowns to Emeka, the rookie. Um, might have messed our prop a little because we had Mike Evans scoring them touchdowns, but that's a new target for him till Goodwin get back. Still got Evans out there, the running game. I look for the Buccaneers to go in there and win this game. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers on the money line to go into Houston and go ahead and get this win. Keep it rolling 2-0. Our last game is the Chargers Raiders. Chargers Raiders. Uh, this is a rivalry game. This is a divisional game. This is a in-state game. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the toughest games that I'm gonna call all year. You know what I'm saying? You just throw the records out. It's like Cowboys and Commanders throw the records out. You know what I'm saying? They know each other so well. It could go either way. Both teams want to know right now. So one of them got to lose. Chargers look super impressive, taking care of the Chiefs. Herbert look much improved. The coaching looked good. Harbaugh looks like he knows what he's doing out there. He's putting together a winner. Um, Crucial rounds got Keenan Allen back in the fold. Lad McConkey. Everything looked good for the week one. The Raiders back and forth. They got Geno Smith out there who gives them stability at the quarterback position, which they've been missing for a while. Genty looked good. Brock Bowers looked good. Jacoby Myers was there catching passes. You know what I'm saying? So the Raiders looking to be above 500 for the first time in a while. Um, I can definitely see that in this matchup. I am going to take the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers on the road just because of the coaching and the improvement with Justin Herbert being able to find all his weapons in and not having to wait too long to find him. Looks like he really has a grasp of what they're trying to do over there in San Diego. It's for that reason. I'm going to take the Chargers on the road, kind of still in the same state, but I'm going to take them to go ahead and get that W. All right, here's the time y'all been waiting on. It's the picks, you know what I'm saying? The picks is what makes the money, you know what I'm saying? I mean, those are just my thoughts. But when it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? We got to have the picks. You got to have all the good picks. Sure, we get them in there, you know what I'm saying? All right, so as you can see, we got parlay one. This the big boy juniors. What we do, you know what I'm saying? We go out. We had to fit it all in big boy junior, but every week big boys gonna be with us. You know what I'm saying? Parlay one. I like the Packers on the money line. I got the Steelers on the money line. I got the Eagles on the spread, and I got the Bengals on the money line. Parlay two. I got the Broncos on the spread. I got the Cowboys on the money line. I got the Rams on the money line, and I got the Buccaneers on the spread. All right, parlay three. We got the Lions on the money line. We got the Chargers on the money line. We got the Bills on the money line. We got the Cardinals on the money line. All right, then parlay four. Parlay four, we gonna get to you. We got the Broncos on the spread. We got the Eagles on the spread. We got the Patriots on the money line, and then we went on ahead and we went with the Bengals on the money line. All right, here we go with the prop bets. Prop bets was pretty interesting. Went 3 out of 4 and 2 out of 4. So we're gonna go back with some of the favorites. We're gonna go with Saquon Barkley. We're gonna go with Chase Brown. Or we're gonna go with Josh Jacobs, and we're gonna throw Josh Allen in there this time. On the other side, we're gonna have Derrick Henry. We're gonna throw Jalen Hurts in there. We're gonna throw James Cook in there, and we're gonna go with Jamar Chase to round that last one out. All right, our over unders for this week. We got under Miami and New England. We got over Washington, Green Bay. We got over Pittsburgh, Seattle. We got under Arizona and the Cardinals. And my man from the street, you know what I'm saying? He went on a run last week. Hopefully he can keep it going. We got the over in the Baltimore, Cleveland. Over in the Giants, Dallas. We got under in San Francisco, New Orleans. And we got over in KC, Philly. All right, there you go. There you have it. That's the board. Yeah, we about to wrap up. Hold on, let me give me a minute to talk to the people. We about to get to the game. Hope y'all enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. We got Miami fans talking about the over. You know what I'm saying? If you from Miami, you might want to jump on the over. Thanks for security holding us down. You know what I'm saying? We here Chinatown, under construction, under renovation, but we'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how Hood Money do. Is come back better than ever. You know what I'm saying? It's Benny Boone. It's been a pleasure working with y'all today, getting y'all these picks. And hey, as usual, let's get this money.